Tony D and Little Joan just off camera, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Uproar, a New Zealand movie set in 1981. There's Rhys Darby as the local college or high school. I think it's high school, whatever high school is in New Zealand, and an indigenous kid who's struggling to fit in. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 12, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So it's about a kid trying to discover himself in a world which doesn't accept him. And some of the movie, I think, looks cool. I like the lead a lot. He's good. The lead is good. I mean, Rhys Darby's always good, but the lead kid, yeah, he's funny. He's funny. He's charismatic. He's good for this role. So the premise is, I guess, and I don't know that much about New Zealand, but he's an indigenous kid. I want to say Kiwi. Is that what they call him, the Kiwis, or is that everybody in New Zealand? Anyhow. He's an indigenous kid. Minnie Driver is his mom, and I assume he's adopted by her, and then she puts him in, or is she indigenous too? Is she meant to be indigenous too? I don't know. She's got blonde hair, so I assume she was adoptive mother. I don't know her background. So she gets him in a prestigious private school, I guess. Again, I don't know the New Zealand school system, and he's picked on. The drama school gives him an outlet, or the drama club gives him an outlet, but then he starts going to protest for social justice and, I don't know, indigenous people, and he gets in trouble, and then there's problems, and it's about him discovering his true identity as an indigenous kid, Pacific Islander kid. So I don't know, it gets a little bit too in the weeds on the communism stuff, but it doesn't even need to go there. Written by looks like Hamish Bennett and Sonia Whiteman, directed by Paul Middleditch and Hamish Bennett. Oh, Hamish Bennett writing it and co-directing it. Co-writing it and co-directing it. Based on a screenplay by... I can't read the names. They're so hard to read. It looks like Kenneth Aberdeen. Story by Hamish Bennett, Sonia Whiteman, and Paul Middleditch. Okay. Let's see, is Rhys Darby an also ran, or is he part of the regular cast? No, he's a regular cast, and so is Minnie Driver. Alright. So it looks like a good cast. Looks like New Zealand's version of the 60s. Oh, things are happening, man. You gotta get with the protest. He doesn't want to do it at first. Here is justice for black South Africa, justice for brown New Zealand would be nice too. Need another O on that. And Rhys Darby is the nice teacher, and everybody else is the stuffy headmaster. And I don't know who this dude is. Maybe it's his brother or a local guy who's also indigenous. I don't know. The problem I have with these movies is the bullies. As this guy, he's the bully, are so two-dimensional. It's just, I don't like you because you're a different race. Okay, yeah, racism exists, but could you do the characterization a little better than this? Look, they used to do these stories back in the 70s and 80s, right? And at least they would try to give the bad guy a little character to him. So, like, I remember one where, yeah, the kid was like a bully and a racist, but later you see his family life and you see his dad, and his dad just wails on him, and you can see the racism being passed from one generation to the next. And it's partly because his old man is just a monster. And it makes the villain a little sympathetic, but it also makes sense in the context of these kinds of movies. I think a lot of them, they're just so anxious to jam in their social justice nonsense. Oh, they can't wait. Oh, we got to do 1981. That's when protests were happening. Okay, like this could have been a nice movie set in the modern day. Set in the modern day. I'm sure, New Zealanders still have issues, and I'm sure even if they didn't, the left wingers who would make the movie would say that. But maybe this is more historical than I know. I don't know that much about New Zealand. But the kid's good. I like the kid. Here he is working out. That's good. I mean, self-improvement. There's a lot of positive messages in here. I just wish they had been a little better about the characterization. Minnie Driver seems fine. Rhys Davies. Is that how you say his name? Is it Rhys Davies? Or Darby? Rhys Darby. And then this is like, I don't know, left-wing potential girlfriend who radicalizes him, I guess. Rhys Darby, that's it. Rhys Darby. He's good too. But he's always sort of the same guy, kind of funny, quirky guy. Yeah, I think you could have dropped this character in the whole social protest thing, and you just would have had a nice movie about a charismatic kid who gets picked on in school, becomes, gets involved with drama, discovers his roots as an indigenous guy, basically comes out of his shell kind of story. I think you could have dropped the social justice. There's just too much of this stuff. It's just tiresome. And how much of the movie, like now that it's in the movie, how much is the movie going to be derailed by this character and the social justice? Here, I guess he filmed some sort of famous protest. I mean, that's not nice, the racism, and I'm not saying like there isn't a time and place to do this in a movie, but this appears to be about this character trying to find himself. It's like, why must it always be, oh, the way to find yourself, of course, is to raise your fist and join the revolution? Like, that's not the solution for everything. It's very rarely the solution for anything. So, I would say, I don't know, this, the politics in this is kind of turning me off to the whole movie. Otherwise, I think it looks good, I think you got a nice cast here. You got a great lead, I think. Change the world. You don't have to change the world. Not in a small movie like this. You got a charismatic guy who looks the part. He's a heavy-set guy. And a lot of indigenous people from Pacific Islanders, they're heavy. They're big guys. So it makes sense. He's charismatic, though. So a guy who's a good actor like that, and he's looking the role, well, I mean, he could come out and really, really shine and be super believable doing it. And he's a young guy, I assume. Playing a high schooler, he's a young guy. So this could be a real breakout role for him. Why are you going to muck it up with politics? Why? Why, Hollywood? Why? Anyhow, it's called Uproar. First act. No write-up. First act, he's getting picked on at school. His life kind of sucks. And maybe he's an assistant coach or something. And then Rhys Darby says, hey, why don't you come to drama club sometime and be a part of the thing. Maybe you'll like it. So he goes, and at first he's kind of like, I don't know about this. And then he gets involved, and he's pretty good at it. But he's being picked on at school. Here he is being picked on. I guess that's gym class, or maybe it's rugby practice. I don't know. He's a big kid, so he'd be good at it, right? Because the rugby guys, the weight would help him. But the guy in school picks on him. His mother's worried about him. I think she's an adoptive mother, and he's trying to sort things out. He gets involved with acting. He likes it, and in the second act, he likes it. But meanwhile, there are these protests going on. He starts to get involved, but the headmaster's like, "Don't get involved with the protest. You'll be kicked out of school." But he does it anyway because he's into this girl, maybe, and he gets caught up in the protest. But then it's controversial, so maybe he's going to be kicked out of school, and his mother worries, and there's a lot of drama. And then I'm not sure what his deal is, but he tells her he hates school, but he does love the drama school, I think. And then he kind of finds himself in his indigenous roots. His mother discovers that he's actually a good actor. Here he is doing I forget what it's called. It's like some kind of shout that the indigenous people of New Zealand do. And then, I don't know, his life kind of turns around. He starts working out, gets a new haircut, and things start going better for him. Uproar. I don't know. He might be playing a specific person from 1981. I don't know. It's based on a book or based on a true life story, maybe. But I'd see it. I'd be a little wary of the politics. I wouldn't go to the theaters. I would see it on VOD. If I got too deep into the politics, I'd just be like, damn it, not again. I don't think it needed the politics. I mean, I really don't. Shoot, I forgot to turn the sound off. I think it could have done without the politics. But, you know Hollywood. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out at Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. I will be at Cassiano's at 4 p.m. in Hamilton, New Jersey on Saturday for the next event. That's going to be the Fringe Festival in Hamilton, so that's going to be a good day. Come on down to the town, see some shows, go stop at Cassiano's, get yourself a pastry and a coffee, and get yourself a copy of the Pineys. We'll see you tomorrow.